It's 11:47 p.m. You told yourself you'd be asleep by 10. Instead, your thumb is moving before your brain even decides to move it. Up, up, up. A video, a comment, a photo of someone's dinner. You don't remember opening the app. You just know you're in it now. That's not a lack of discipline. That's a documented behavioral pattern, and it has almost nothing to do with willpower. Here's what's actually happening in your brain right now and why it happens almost every single night. Start with a simple fact. Your willpower isn't a personality trait. It's a resource. And like any resource that gets spent throughout the day, psychologist Roy Baumeister spent years studying this. He called it ego depletion, which is just a formal way of saying your capacity for self-control isn't fixed. It drains. Every decision you made today, every email you didn't want to answer but answered anyway, every urge you resisted at lunch in traffic in a meeting that ran too long, each one pulled from the same tank. By 11 p.m., that tank is close to empty, which means the version of you lying in bed with a phone in hand is not the same version of you that set a bedtime rule that morning. You had a full tank and made a promise. Night, you's running on fumes and has to keep it. That's an unfair fight, and you lose it almost every night. But depleted willpower is only half the story. The other half is what's waiting for you on the other side of that screen. Every time you unlock your phone, you're not choosing between scroll and don't scroll. You're choosing whether to open something that might contain anything. A message, a like, a video that makes you laugh, or nothing at all. That uncertainty is the entire mechanism. Psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered this decades ago, long before phones existed. He found that rewards delivered on an unpredictable schedule create far stronger, far more repetitive behavior than rewards delivered every single time. He called it a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. It's the same principle that makes slot machines addictive. You don't know when the reward is coming, so you keep pulling the lever just in case this pull is the one. Your feed is built on that exact principle. You don't know what you'll see when you refresh. Could be something boring, could be something great. That not knowing is what keeps your thumb moving. Researcher B.J. Fogg, who founded the Behavior Design Lab at Stanford, spent his career studying exactly how small design choices shape human habits at scale. His work showed something uncomfortable. Behavior doesn't require motivation if the trigger is strong enough and the action's easy enough. Unlocking your phone takes less than a second. The trigger boredom, a notification silence in the room is everywhere. Motivation barely needs to show up at all. So picture this moment for what it actually is. You're lying in the dark. The room is quiet except for the faint blue glow lighting up your face. Your body is tired, but your thumb keeps moving anyway. Because somewhere underneath the tiredness, a small circuit in your brain is still asking the same question it's asked all day. What's next? What's next? What's next? You're not weak in this moment. You're depleted, and you're being pulled by a system engineered by people who study exactly what pulls you. Here's the counterintuitive part. You've probably been told the fix is more willpower. Try harder. Set a rule. Feel guilty when you break it. But if willpower is already gone, by 11 p.m., asking for more of it is like asking an empty gas tank to drive you home. The actual fix isn't inside you. It's in your environment. Nir Eyal, who spent years studying what he called the hook model, the loop of trigger, action, reward, and investment that keeps you coming back, eventually made an important pivot in his own thinking. He started writing about how to break the loop, and his answer wasn't more discipline. It was removing the trigger before nighttime you ever has to fight it, charging the phone outside the bedroom, turning off notifications before willpower is needed at all, not after. In other words, the people who study this the most don't fight the pull with strength. They just make sure they're not standing in front of it when they're weakest. Think about what that means for the rest of your life, not just your phone. The same pattern shows up everywhere your willpower runs thin. The diet that falls apart at 9 p.m., not at lunch. The argument you have with someone you love, not in the morning, but late at night when you're both worn down. The spending you regret the show. You binge the thing you swore you'd stop doing. They rarely happen when you're fresh. They happen when you're depleted and something easy is sitting right in front of you. Your environment at your weakest moments matters more than your intentions at your strongest ones. So the next time you catch yourself scrolling at midnight, you don't need to add it to the list of things you feel bad about. You need to ask a different question. Not, why can't I stop? But, what made this so easy to start? Because it's 11:47 p.m. You told yourself you'd be asleep by 10. But that was never really a fight against a bad habit. It was a fight your morning self picked on behalf of a version of you that was never going to be strong enough to finish it. Change where the fight happens, and you might not need to fight it at all.